Hey, it's been a long day of green bean picking, snapping, the peeling and stuff. And I just wanted to remind people, of why I do and what I'm doing. The more I can do for myself, the less I need the government, my community, or others to step in and help me survive and maintain a pretty simple lifestyle. I mean, we don't do anything extravagant. Not into traveling. I don't want to go places. Maybe the diamond mine down in Arkansas. But anyways, no real big plans for anything like that. But I do this, and we have done this consistently year after year after year. We just put one more thing onto our plate next year. This year was trying to do enough green beans. And trust me, it's work. But, you cannot rely on other people to do for you what needs to be done. And yeah, you may get government benefits, you may get food stamps, you may get disability, whatever that happens to be. I don't know what all these programs are, but I do know that there is something that comes along with being able to do for yourself. Even if it's just a bowl of strawberries from a container on your patio. Maybe you live in apartments, or maybe you've decided to get into foraging, which I eat a lot of wild foods. Every spring we're constantly doing garden salads, and I just actually planted up front a row plantain for that. Sorry, my dog's that's Daphne. She's the newest one we've got. I think she was born back in late October, early October, something like that of last year. But so we have our 3 outside dogs that protect our garden, and just get up there and do something. You can do something. You know what? You buy apple juice from Dollar General, that Clover Valley brand that's 100% apple juice. Well, you know what? Cut it in half. Flip it over. Put the lid side down in there and put yourself a plant in there. Grow some lettuce. I mean, that you can do in a sunny window. Most people have windows. Anything you can do just to stop buying something from the store. Whether it's once, twice, or all year. We're all year geared here, because that's how our garden works. Is we grow what we can during the seasons, right? But you can do anything. You don't have to have a big, humongous garden like I do. I am actually blessed to be out here in the country. We live out here in and around McMinnville, which is the nursery capital of the world. So, there's fields and fields and fields of things, trees and landscaping plants that just grow everywhere around us. I mean, we're surrounded by it. It's everywhere. So we're blessed for that. And it's very affordable where we're at. Is it high end? No, it's not. Does it look pretty? No, probably not to most people. But you know what it is? It's sustainable for us. We're able to do here what we couldn't do if we were paying $1,400 a month in rent or a mortgage. And we still have access to all of the land that we need to grow these foods. With room to expand, which we have done. We started off with one little tiny 4x8 garden. I think we grew cucumbers in it that year. And then we expanded the next year. And we're constantly on the lookout for things like mulch. You see them trucks near your house that are wood chipping and cutting down trees and branches and things like that. Those companies actually pay a lot of money to drive back to where they're located to dump them at the location. So they are more than happy a lot of times, if they're going to be in your area, to give you as much as you wanted. I had this, and you can watch one of my other videos for that, but I had that happen. We were driving home from somewhere, and we seen him literally, I think it was 34 miles from the house. Out here in the country, the miles look different. When everybody's not jammed up on top of each other and there's no apartment complexes and things. But we just seen them on the side of the road taking lunch, or stopped wherever they were. And of course, the guy had to call his boss, and I ended up with his boss's number. And I lose my phones all the time, so I've lost this person's number, and I haven't seen him back in our area. And they probably wouldn't just come out here to dump stuff if they weren't out here already. So, there is that too. But we just went up and asked, literally. I was like, hey, Jason, Look at that. That's a whole truck full of wood chips. I bet you they need somewhere to dump. And they're asking their boss, what do we do with this? You know, it's 25 miles back to the company, and then another 25 miles back out to the area that they were working in. Okay, and these guys do work areas. You know, they have 3 or 4 jobs at 3 or 4 spots, and these ones happen to be clearing electric lines in our area. So, and after about 8 loads, which, like I said, go look at my wood chipping video, okay, because that was phenomenal. And that was what it allowed us this year, because that just happened last August. That's what allowed us this year to expand so much. Not to mention that our landlord, because we do rent here, our landlord has cows, so we were able to go and clear out a barn that had nothing but cow crap in it, like a lot of cow crap. And then, of course, you got to be careful with cow crap. You can't necessarily use it right away. It's very hot. It likes to burn things. Those are our dogs. Daphne will not let our other dog alone. She likes to bite them and lick them and stuff. It's a whole submissive thing dogs do. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. So yeah, we've gotten probably, we're supposed to get another dump truck. The landlord promised to scoop it up into one of his dump trucks because he has a excavating company. Load it up for us with his machine, put it in the truck, and bring it up here for us. So, and he's been a fabulous landlord, so we can't complain there at all about none of it. However, we've also decided to do rabbits this year, and rabbit poop is the poop. That's the best fertilizer you're ever going to get for any piece of your garden you ever might have. If I had extras, I might sell it. I see people on LSN here near my area getting $30 to $50 a 5-gallon bucket full of rabbit poop. So, and I just don't have it to spare. I have so many things I'm trying to grow that I always have a garden space to dump it. So maybe one day I'll get that big. But we got into the rabbits because initially we thought we'd do chickens, and we're still doing the chickens, but we've kind of changed up our game, and that's okay too. You're allowed to have a plan this year, and then when it doesn't become feasible or something changes or you get new ideas, you just go along with what you think might work. And if it doesn't, well, you know what? Next year, you know it doesn't work. That's how I got here at 50-something years old, having a garden since I was like 16. A big garden too. I've had a big garden most of my life, and it does take work. And I do have to ask favors, and I do a lot of bartering. But for the rabbit coop, now back on track. I'm sorry I was getting distracted. For the rabbit coops, we used reclaimed pallet wood. He works at a mechanic shop, so they get pallets a lot, and he can just take them home because they were just going to throw them away. So he takes that, and we do look for things that people are going to throw away. We were down just doing our own thing, throwing our dump away, or trash away at the dump, and they have like a little section off on the far side of the dump where you can literally put stuff that's still usable, that doesn't necessarily need to go into the landfill here. So that's like anybody can take it. And we found a lot of metal roofing. I don't know who you were that left that stuff, but the universe works in mysterious ways, okay, to bring you the things you need. You just have to believe you can do it. Without doubt, you can do it. Start small. Like I said, cut up a milk jug in about half, okay? If you flip it over, leave the cap on, put a little string, you know, poke a hole through the lid of the milk jug, put some dirt in that top part that you flipped over into the bottom part. You almost have a self-watering little container that'll sit in the windowsill. I mean, you can make anything out of anything. Anything, I'm telling you, anything can become a planter. Depends on how big it is and all these other things. But I will say that, you know, it's not that hard. So if you want more tips on how to grow small, just give me a comment and like, share, and subscribe, because you know what? That helps us all. I love you guys. Mwah.